There is a virus most Americans have never heard of. Yet it's one that scientists quietly monitor because it can jump from animals to humans and, in some cases, affect the brain. It's called the Nipah virus. So the real question is, why are scientists watching Nipah so closely if most people will never encounter it? This is not a panic video. There is no outbreak in the United States. But understanding Nipah helps answer a much larger question that affects all of us. How prepared are modern societies for viruses that affect the brain? Because once the brain is involved, infectious disease becomes a neurological issue, not just a respiratory one. In this video, we'll break down what Nipah virus is, how it interacts with the nervous system, why it's now appearing on global watch lists, and how preparedness, rather than panic, has repeatedly saved lives. If thoughtful, science-based conversations like this matter to you, take a second to like this video. It helps this kind of educational content reach more people. Nipah virus is a zoonotic virus, meaning it originates in animals and can spill over into humans. Its natural reservoir is fruit bats, which carry the virus without becoming ill. So how does a virus that lives quietly in bats ever reach humans? The answer isn't randomness, it's overlap. Spillover happens when human behavior intersects with animal ecosystems. This can include food practices, agriculture, deforestation, or close contact with contaminated surfaces or fluids. In past Nipah outbreaks, the virus didn't spread because it was unusually aggressive. It spread because conditions allowed it. That distinction matters. Here's a common misconception: that dangerous viruses are always highly contagious. Nipah is not easily transmissible like COVID-19 or influenza. So if Nipah doesn't spread easily, why do scientists still take it seriously? Because severity matters. In some cases, Nipah crosses into the central nervous system, causing inflammation of the brain, known as encephalitis. When that happens, symptoms can include confusion, seizures, and altered consciousness. Once the virus reaches the brain, the margin for error becomes smaller. Early detection becomes critical. Nipah versus Right now, 2 confirmed cases of Nipah virus have been reported in the eastern Indian state of West Bengal since December 2025. These cases involved healthcare workers and prompted immediate public health action. Indian authorities traced 196 contacts, monitored them closely, and tested them. None have shown symptoms or tested positive since tracing began. Officials have stated that the situation is under constant monitoring and that containment measures are in place. Although the confirmed case count is small, health systems in parts of Asia have responded proactively. Airport screenings have been reinstated in several countries including Thailand, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Nepal, and Singapore, with temperature checks and symptom monitoring for travelers from affected regions. Public health advisories and increased vigilance among healthcare workers have been issued in countries like Singapore. Thailand has drawn on COVID-era monitoring approaches to screen thousands of travelers and enhance surveillance at borders and health facilities, even though no domestic cases have been confirmed there yet. Some countries have reinforced rapid response teams and expanded surveillance at checkpoints and in communities to prepare for any possible cases. All these measures are precautionary and preventive, not indications of widespread community transmission at this time. At this point, many people ask the same question. Is Nipah another COVID-19? The answer is no, and understanding why is reassuring. COVID-19 spreads efficiently through the air, often before symptoms appear. Nipah does not. Nipah typically requires close contact with bodily fluids or respiratory secretions, often in caregiving or healthcare settings. That means prevention works. Food safety practices, infection control protocols, early isolation, and contact tracing have repeatedly stopped Nipah outbreaks from growing. COVID taught us what delayed response looks like. Nipah shows us what early containment looks like. Knowledge itself becomes the intervention. To understand preparedness, we need to talk about systems, not politics. This is not a political conversation. It's a systems conversation. Viruses don't respond to ideology. They respond to detection, data, and timing. The World Health Organization coordinates disease surveillance, standardizes outbreak definitions, and supports rapid research collaboration. Most of this work is invisible when it's done well. In recent years, the United States announced a withdrawal from the WHO, a decision that was later reversed. Rather than debating motives, what matters here is capacity. When large contributors step back from coordinated systems, even temporarily, data sharing slows and early warning signals become harder to align. This doesn't cause outbreaks, but it can reduce reaction speed. Preparedness works best when local, national, and global systems reinforce one another. If you know someone who still associates preparedness with panic, consider sharing this video. Calm, evidence-based understanding is how communities stay resilient. What preparedness actually looks like. It looks like trained clinicians recognizing rare symptoms. It looks like laboratories capable of rapid testing. It looks like shared definitions, shared data, and shared timelines. Most outbreaks that don't happen never make headlines. Silence in public health is often success. If there's one thing to remember, it's this: preparedness is not panic. It's quiet, structured, and deeply human. So what role do regular people play in prevention? Awareness, scientific literacy, support for public health infrastructure. Nipah virus isn't a warning, it's a teacher. It shows us that not every serious pathogen becomes a pandemic, especially when knowledge moves faster than fear. The world avoids far more crises than it experiences. We just don't celebrate prevention very well. If this video helped you see public health differently, not as alarm, but as infrastructure, then it did its job. If you value science explained without fear and want more videos like this, on neuroscience, medicine, and preparedness, subscribe to the channel. This is the kind of work we'll keep doing. Science works best when it's understood, supported, and shared. Thank you for watching.